are you guys doing?
Pretty good actually.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
You're doing?
Yeah, but what though?
Doing it well.
Doing it well.
Woo!
I'm representing Dorito Bell Tacos.
Pipe hopes.
Sorry.
What? Okay, fine.
But yeah, here we are. It's
Hey guys.
It's been a while.
Hello.
Yeah. So I, at least speaking for myself, have been extremely busy the past months.
I'd say so.
You know, the reason for the lack of content this past while. But yeah, we're doing this, and I'm tired because the past week, and I mean like 7 days week, I've been working 12 to 14 hours a day. So it's fun.
I'm loving it.
Jobs.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I hate it.
Same here, buddy.
But we're back with the J4U podcast.
Yeah, burst of energy.
And slowly dying as ever. Now,
Yes.
let's get to the
Yeah.
topics.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, what have we done this week though?
Oh yeah. So actually, yeah. Let's start, Marco.
Job
How's your
hunting.
week been?
I've just been job hunting and working on the storyboard for a little
For
animation.
something that we're yeah.
Shush!
Oh, okay.
What have you-
Shush!
No one told me.
Shut your face!
Are you Tom
Shut your
Holland?
face! You didn't hear that. Okay.
Guess I'm Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Raphael.
I have a job.
Mhm.
Seeing someone. It's pretty good.
Sweet.
Nice. Seeing people out of a job.
Yeah.
No.
The way that you phrase it, like, I have a job and I'm seeing someone. Okay,
Now-
I'm glad you're not seeing people at
Now,
your
all,
job.
all
Are you
I
seeing
hear is
people at
that
the job?
you have a I've only seen a picture, not a person, so I'm not
Shut
extremely
up!
dedicated to that idea.
Anywho.
Shut up, guys! I'm dating someone. God.
And Luke.
For one, I've been doing some film stuff that's kind of relating to what Nick was talking about with his like 15 to 12 hour workday. I'm sort of a small portion of that, but anyway, I did that and I read a really shitty book. Funny enough, though, it was okay. So the events that brought me to this book. So I'm assuming a lot of people on here know who Zack Snyder is, right?
Yep.
So he's in talks of making a film based on a book called The Fountainhead, which, like, everybody on the internet was screaming, "No, don't!" And I was like, "But why? I don't know what it's about, you know? I don't know. It seems interesting.
What was it
And
about?
I'll get to that later. But one day when I was looking for a Wii U charger cable that I haven't used in like a full year, I just found the book randomly. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna read this, and then I read it. Then I wish I didn't. Because, alright, so here's the plot. It's like about a very young architect who's like basically at this point in college, and he's like expelled for some sort of incident where, you know, like he disobeyed like the rules of an assignment. And best way I can describe his character is like, you know, those people who think they are the best at what they do even though they probably don't really know anything and they think that they're revolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
That is our hero of the story.
Oh boy.
And he does not change. He is just continually like, I know what I want to do with my life, and I'm going to alienate everybody possible in order to get that job.
Character development? What's that?
Yeah, basically.
I have no clue what that is.
It's not really.
Literally, like,
It's a myth.
supposedly the author saw this person as the, and I quote, ideal man. Again, like, this was written in, like, the 1930s, but
Like
still.
how this is the ideal male body.
Shut the fuck up, get out of here. But, alright, so yeah, like, he does that, he finds, like, this girl, and he kind of is basically becomes a complete creep.
Joy.
He gets arrested a lot for, like, situations with his architecture, which people are like, oh, it's too unique and too different for the public eye.
Sounds like
That is-
Yet it's
visiting rights.
architecture.
That has to be the most arrogant thing I've heard.
And very pretentious, too. And literally the book ends with, like, one person that, like, ripped him off, like, multiple times saying, look, I know I ripped you off, like, 15 times, but I need you for one last job. I need you to make God's great architecture. And that's where the book ends. And I'm just like, wow, what a piece of shit.
But once he makes the model, the guy he's presenting to says, "That's a penis."
Yeah.
That's God's dong.
Aren't all things penises stuff?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, like, yeah, like, the book is just like this character who just alienates everyone as a complete, like, egocentric asshole and just alienates everybody, yet he's our hero.
Can we put a pin in that for 1 second?
Yeah?
What?
Yeah?
What happened?
I don't know, Marco.
So let's back up a little bit
God
here.
damn it, what I do?
So first off, everything's a penis, Luke. That's a great
What?
quote.
Aren't all buildings penises, Nick?
You
said everything.
You said everything.
Fair enough.
So then I
So,
pointed
like-
at that cat.
He pointed at the cat. You pointed at a literal pussy. Calling, yeah, that's a penis.
I'm just going along with it, whatever.
Oh my god, wow.
I don't feel any shame right now.
Alright, so I feel like
No,
yeah.
pin's still in there. Can we break that down for me? Because you said you're still standing by it. So stand by it here. Break it down for me.
I mean,
Get me on your
there
side.
really is no clear explanation, you see. When I say I'm just going with it, there's no mental input. It's just an instinctual process.
Okay.
This is gonna be a
Okay.
good podcast.
So,
There you go.
a cat is a penis,
Yes.
according to you.
Saying that everything's a penis,
Yes.
I could say this is a penis.
Okay.
I could say
I
this
mean,
is
that
a penis.
makes more sense.
But,
And
like,
even
I
that,
could say that chair is a penis.
but you didn't. You said that's not a. Oh,
Stool.
Yes. But my point is that you didn't. You pointed to a cat.
Yeah. It'd be funny.
In fact, you're hurting your cause. You pointed to all the objects in this room that would have been better for that,
Maybe.
showing how stupid it was to point at a cat.
Yeah, but
What if
it's
he's
really out there, though.
What if he means in a metaphorical sense?
I'm dying.
Like the cat is
I mean-
the emotional equivalent of a penis.
See,
Saying.
it was so out there, I got you to laugh, so my goal was met.
Wow, this is about as deep as the book I just read.
There you go.
Okay, so pin out. Continue.
Alright, so
Almost
basically,
died.
the message of the book is like, be an asshole to everyone and you will have the greatest success in life. And yeah, I just don't understand that point of view, at all. Like, really? That's what you want people to become? Just, like, literally, I don't care about any single human being ever except myself and just want to be the complete success in life. Okay. But yeah, and then, like, I thought about it and now I understand why people are afraid of Zack Snyder making this film. Because,
Oh.
like,
God.
not all of his fan base is like this, but, like, honestly...
Oh, my bad.
Oh, shit. But, like, not not
Audio friendly podcast.
audio friendly.
Hey, that was only on the charity thing.
Yeah.
Just blow into the mic.
But, like, I think about it now and just, like, his fan base is kind of like people like the main character except if they were film people, which in my I'm kind of in the film community, so the equivalent of that is called a film bro, which would be like a fuckboy, but in films.
Of course.
But yeah, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, no, don't make that movie, Zach. Please don't. Please, Mr. Snyder. But yeah,
Don't
that was
Martha this.
pretty much, yeah. And yeah, just it was a really shitty book.
Huh.
I didn't read it. Anyways, that was my yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. What about, okay, so,
Next on topics.
yeah, let's get, Nick already, explained his. So, for topics, was the first thing, movies?
Yeah.
The Knock.
The Knock. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
let's
The
start
Knock.
with The Knock.
Yeah.
The Knock.
Let's talk about The Knock.
Luke, would you like to go first?
Yes. It was a movie that we just made recently on J4U Studios. If you guys have not seen it yet,
Please watch it.
I worked
great.
as the director of photography and co-editor with Meek on it. It was a fun experience. Yeah.
I was the art director for this film.
Yeah.
And, mostly in charge of just, focusing on the creature.
Yeah.
I do want to go more detail to it, but I feel like that's for, a separate video
Mhm.
and all that.
What did you do, Marco?
Oh, I was in charge of creature design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually came to Nick about hearing that he was making a little horror short film with a monster. Then I showed him a few sketches, and it was kind of set. So obviously, I took a lot of criticisms until we got the monster you see now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
And
pretty
more
good.
info will come, to learn more about it is just in a separate video.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got the behind the scenes, you got the Q&A, you just got a lot of shit,
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
cool stuff.
Alright,
So if you've not seen The Knock yet, go check it out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much do that.
Okay, so next on the list, Solo.
Yeah, it's a big one. So it's one
I have
actually,
not seen it.
I have not seen it yet either.
Okay, high
I've
five
seen
for
it.
not seeing it yet.
Yeah,
Like,
because so before you, Luke, are you the only one here
So-
who has seen it?
Oh wait, so literally none of you guys have seen it?
yeah,
This is the
like,
only
wow.
Star Wars movie I choose to skip.
I kind of
So-
want. I want to see it. I still want to see it. I don't care.
It's one of those movies where I'm sure I'll see it. It's just not high on my list.
Fair enough.
So, but Luke, give me the breakdown.
Oh, alright. So Solo Star Wars story. It's based, like it's the sort of Han Solo origin story, but it's not like let's start off with baby Han sort of thing. It's kind of like you get like him in his like roots as a like smuggler in like a little city, and then up to where he meets Chewbacca and all that stuff, and where he gets Millennium Falcon and all that stuff. It was actually super duper fun, and I had like a whole lot of fun with it. It's got really good like cinematography for one thing. Like it looks probably one of my best looking Star Wars films.
Yeah, from the trailer, there's that one shot of the Star Destroyer in the storm.
Yeah, and the lightning.
That is like, that's wallpaper material right there. Like, I
Yeah.
put that as the wallpaper for my computer. So,
Same.
Yeah, and it has just like like numerous moments that look really good.
Mhm.
The actors are all great. Like Alden, I don't know what his
What's
last
his
name.
name?
Alden.
That's a good
Alden,
name.
all right. But he was the perfect Han Solo, I'd say. Like he was like
Oh,
super good.
really? The perfect Han Solo.
Like
No,
there was like little mannerisms that I kind of noticed from like the original Han Solo and like New Hope. It was like that was really good. Like I could notice he kind of tried to implement it into his character as well.
Interesting.
that's good.
Let me see.
I think we all can agree that the best Han Solo is the Lego Han Solo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I know, right? Connect Star Wars Han Solo. is
Oh,
the
you
best
know what?
Han Solo,
Yeah.
guys, because he's
You're
Han
right.
Solo, Han Solo, Han Solo, Solo.
Those were some of our earliest videos on this channel.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What?
Well, ain't that a quinkadink?
Why didn't you tell me? Oh my god!
I don't know. It's till now. Just like shit.
Yep. Star Wars Connect the Dance Party thing.
I didn't
Like,
see
How
old
was that,
school
Nick?
Just For You Studios.
Shoot
How was
like
that?
a star.
Well, that was like one of our first series was the dance party video games and just making a fool of ourselves in those kind of things. Which who knows, if Connect wasn't shit, we could bring back, but it is.
It is quite shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also, side note, Donald Glover as Lando. Yeah. Anything else I can think
In
of?
terms of, so you mentioned it's a fun movie. How does it compare in terms of a Star Wars movie?
As a Star Wars movie, it's not necessarily as much of a high fantasy, like science fiction kind of mix up. It's more of like space western, like
Okay.
literal
Oh.
cowboys and aliens bullshit.
Mhm.
But it doesn't have like the whole lightsaber factor or
Oh,
any
that's good.
aspects of the Force, but it's like it still has the feeling of Star Wars in
Mhm.
it because it's both like like kind of campy, cheesy with like tinges of humor, but it still has like the science fiction
Mhm.
aspects.
And I think that's definitely good. I mean, I don't think every Star Wars movie needs to have lightsabers in the Force
Yeah.
to be a part of that universe.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just, it's basically just a big old fun western in space, because, like, there's even a train robbery sequence, there's, like, there's even, like, the tavern sequence, there's just, like, a whole bunch of things. But
Cool.
it doesn't feel like just a western, it still feels like Star Wars in its own little thing.
Okay,
And
cool.
a lot of the there's, like, little tiny characters that don't even really have that much screen time, but they're, like, really fun even in themselves.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just really fun. Also, there's something that happens that relates to Millennium Falcon that makes me look at the Millennium Falcon in a very different way and kind of more of a, ooh, oh, okay.
Go on, I'm gonna have to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully by the next J4U podcast, I'll have seen it, maybe you'll have seen it, and then
I
we can
do want to see it.
give our thoughts and give a part 2 to the solo talk.
By the way, I know you guys probably
Oh,
wouldn't do
Dragon
this,
Ball.
but don't watch it in 3D because like the film has kind of darker lighting scheme than most like Star Wars films, and when I watched it on 3D by accident one night, I could barely see anything that's going on, and so I was sort of meh on it the first time, but when I rewatched it regularly, I was like, hey, I can see everything.
It is a good stand.
And Dylan says that he liked the standalone feeling of the movie.
Yeah,
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely has that. It doesn't feel like it's trying to set up anything besides like like little tiny things like
And having not seen the movie, of course, I feel like that's what it needed to do.
yeah.
Because one of my other, like, more minor fears, but still fears, would be that it would be a very tongue-in-cheek, like, look at that, you see that? That's something. Hey, look at that, you see that over there? Ah! Like,
It
Like, you
does
remember
not.
that?
It does. It actually like it does that sometimes, but actually kind of in some subtler ways. Like, there's a thing at the end with, like, one of the final confrontations that's sort of like, oh, hey, that's a little nod to something that happens in New Hope, but not, like, to an extreme degree. It's just more of a, you notice it and you're like, oh, wait, yeah.
So it's not like him bumping into young Luke Skywalker or any of that.
No. The only thing is, like,
watch it, jerk.
I don't know why they keep doing this, but they keep showing, like, that freaking chess game on the Millennium Falcon, like, in every movie, and they did that again here. It's like, why are we needing to see this again?
Because it's quirky and fun.
You need to.
It just makes me think, it's like, are they still using the same stop-motion effects for that?
Yeah.
I think it's the same reel.
They have the, like, probably have the GIFs of it, like, we have to use it. Alright, so, next thing.
Yep.
Deadpool 2.
It's a biggie.
Alright, so we've all seen it.
Yeah,
Okay, so we all seen it, so we get to talk, like, more about it. So,
yeah, well, actually, when did it come out again?
Like 2 weeks, like 3 to 4
3
weeks
weeks ago?
Yeah.
So we're probably okay to get into spoilers.
Yeah.
I hope, so.
it's kind of like it's kind of like Infinity War. If you haven't seen it, like, in about, like, those
3 weeks is
yeah.
probably good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Alright, so, would you like to go first, Nick?
Yeah, so I went in very lower expectations for sure. I wouldn't say like, oh, this movie's gonna be shit expectations. Just kind of the expectations of it not living up to the first one.
Yeah.
And first off, I want to say my fears, which I've addressed on the podcast before.
You did.
Yeah.
Deadpool's marketing is fucking fantastic. To where that
Truly.
was such a great diversion, but a great use of X-Force throughout the movie. But basically, what I liked about the movie is that it was very different from the first Deadpool, but still a good Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
It, like, tonally, it still felt like, of course, the same universe, but in terms of the themes and everything present in the story, it wasn't just a copy and paste.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely one of those sequels where it had a story to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, X-Force was done perfectly well in terms of the trailer. All the shots you see in there, what's his name?
Which one? The guy like Superman or like
The Terry Crews character?
Terry Crews, yes.
Yeah.
Terry Crews said in an interview that they shot so many extra scenes and shots just for the trailers and marketing, knowing it wouldn't get into the movie. Like,
yeah, that was
That's great.
That was actually pretty funny.
and then you see the actual comic book X-Force by the end of the movie with Deadpool, Cable, Colossus, their walk back.
Yeah.
That's like the X-Force team with instead of Logan, of course, it was Russell, but like
Yeah.
that's the team.
it still works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it looks like that would be the team we'll see in the X-Force movie. 2019 is it,
Maybe.
or is it 2020?
I'd assume 2020 because like Fox needs to get this shit together.
Well, they were set to shoot like just a little bit after Deadpool 2 came out,
Oh, okay.
so I don't remember.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know actually. That's a good point.
Alright, so
But yeah, like X-Force is a thing.
yeah.
Hmm.
I find it really funny that your like fears towards the film was just like it was gonna be an X-Force movie, but like the way how they showed it, like when they're like jumping out of the plane, you were wrong.
It was very shocking how a lot of it unveiled.
Yeah, that
I mean,
was-
like,
And can we address Peter as
Oh.
such an amazing character?
yes.
That post-credit scene.
Oh my god, I thought that was so nice for like I don't know, just Deadpool to do that. Like,
Just walk away, Peter.
Just walk.
Just walk away.
You've done enough.
You've done enough.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, just like that whole scene like really shocked me, but I kind of laughed at the same time, and also like that little, who's the invisible guy again? Like I can't remember his name.
Oh, was it Brad Pitt?
Yeah, Brad. It was Brad Pitt. I was like surprised, like, oh, it's Brad Pitt. Hey
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh,
dang, I didn't know you were. Dang.
And
Oh,
then,
man.
Yeah. That was a kind of funny.
I knew going into the movie, but it was done and handled very well. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. It's Juggernaut. Holy shit, holy shit.
Dude, well, okay, so can I say a story?
Mhm.
So I work in a movie theater, and so like they play that like at the end credits, and so like
Mm-hmm.
at least 5 times a day I just hear holy shit, it's the Juggernaut, and I'm just like, it is a Juggernaut. Yeah.
I
Well,
guess it is.
unfortunately, they put out the soundtrack for the film like a week or a couple days before the film came out. So that's how I found out Juggernaut was gonna be there.
Yeah,
because that
because-
song was in the soundtrack, and a lot of people were like, "What the fuck is this song?"
Yeah.
It's like, well, and it was kind of that common sense thing of like, well, they wouldn't be talking about Juggernaut if he wasn't in it in some way. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that that was like the only
Yeah, like
way that got out. Otherwise, it was a very well kept secret.
It was really. I like the design of Juggernaut. Honestly, it just reminds
It's
me more of the
definitely
comic.
better than.
Oh yeah,
last
than the
game.
other one. Just
yeah,
like
at least he's not I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
yeah, and just
Juggernaut.
like 6'7" or something. While this guy's like ginormous CGI. Like
Him and Colossus. I didn't
Oh my-
realize how much I wanted that fight.
I love Colossus in that movie. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to see Juggernaut do like a full charge, because like that's the thing with Juggernaut. He physically cannot be stopped.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So like I'd love to see like him and Colossus going head to head, and just Colossus getting slammed back, and Juggernaut just pushes him through
Oh,
the entire building.
that weird orphanage place. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like just see more of that. Yeah.
Yeah. The humor was different in this movie, which is definitely, I think, worth
What's that?
acknowledging. But it's kind of nice in a lot of aspects because they got to talk about the first movie,
Yeah.
like the opening. Like, yeah, China couldn't get the movie, but we almost got to Passion of Christ level. Like all that
I
kind
kinda
of
wish they
commentary
did.
and jokes were great.
You now
Yeah,
have to
yeah, like
compare
those
me
little-
with Jesus.
Oh my, that's
it's like-
perfect.
It's good that they got to make those kind of jokes, but overall, the jokes I thought were good. Story was, again, it's different than the first movie,
Yeah.
which I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I felt like it was missing something.
Mhm.
I don't know, like it was missing like one thing to make it like what I liked about the first one. Like
I think the first one had that kind of charm.
Yeah.
The fact that it was
yeah.
in production for so long, the footage got leaked out by somebody,
Yeah.
and the internet just went crazy over it. And the internet is who got the movie made.
Might as well
The
be
second
Kickstarter.
one didn't. Yeah, it might as well have been. The second movie didn't really have that because it was just building off the momentum of the first one. I think
Yeah.
that's the reason why the first one has that charm the second one does.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I really feel the same way on that because
Good,
I really enjoyed the first Deadpool film, but like this one is like it. In some areas, like it is different, but in some areas it kind of feel like just the same thing for me. One thing though I can say though is like it has better action sequences this time around. Like
Yeah.
which I mean they
That
got
is true.
one of the directors of John Wick to do
Yeah.
it, so it was like I could see why. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they were like really good. And,
That was
yeah.
probably what was missing in the film. That was like I don't know, just like
The first
you're
one
right
was.
there.
This one was still very self-contained. The first one was holy shit self-contained.
Oh yeah. Oof.
It was
Yeah.
kind of it was able to do its own thing. And
Yeah.
didn't have to worry too much about like connecting to other X-Men films, whereas this one kind of had to, I guess, by that point.
Mhm.
Also, I really liked who they got to play Russell because I knew like what other films he's been in. Because I saw a film called Hunt for the Wilder People, which is like a
That's
little
right.
New Zealand comedy, which is really funny because guess what the director of that made Thor, which is a Marvel film as
That's
well.
great.
Oh,
That's
So
fun.
everything, it's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, except if you made it with Marvel.
Okay, then let's read some of the comments that we got for this. So it was Deadpool movie with the side of X-Force, non-X-Force movie with the side of Deadpool. Yes, and
Yeah.
that was what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it to have the Iron Man 2 treatment, and luckily it didn't.
You did like talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, hi, I'm Peter. Deadpool, okay, yeah, just a quote. That's
Yeah.
such a great moment in the film in general. Like,
What about
That's a
where
good
like
quote.
Cable kills like that one prisoner and like Deadpool overreacts like, "Oh, he killed the black guy, how dare
you
he killed
killed.
Black Tom.
He was like a brother to me.
Then he does a body of Christ.
Well, the story behind that is actually interesting because Black Tom was supposed to be the villain of the film.
Oh.
Before, I don't remember what happened in production. I think it was before they got access to the Juggernaut. Black Tom was going to be basically that for the film.
Oh.
But then they got the Juggernaut, and the actor was really cool about like taking kind of more of the side character thing. And in return, they got to make more jokes about him, so his character was still
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh.
fresh. Yeah. Like,
because he's kind of a Poison Ivy type character.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
That's cool.
yeah.
But
That's cool.
yeah, apparently he was really cool about going from main villain to kind of a side character. And he handled it like a champ. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his character still just had so many great moments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I still like the
Cable,
idea.
racist type jokes.
Yeah.
Are amazing.
Yeah.
It's like before he was like close to death. Like maybe now he gets like open your eyes, see color, not just black and white.
Just open your mind. God, I'm not racist.
I did good this suit part.
Also, while we're on that part, Josh Brolin is Cable.
Oh my God,
That
is
great.
perfect.
This is Josh Brolin's year, man. Like he's got Infinity War, this, and also like.
He's got Purple Man, some Cable guy. It's like
Purple Cable,
government official, smile on face.
You remind me of my wife. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That was a funny scene.
I'm surprised there was only one Thanos comment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's one of those cases where I tried not to compare it to the first Deadpool movie and just see it like, is it good on its own? And I feel like yes, but I do have to admit, there's kind of that charm factor the original has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't want that to negate the second film. I just want that to add to the first one.
Yeah, I did like things that were better, like than the first one. Honestly, I thought like again like action scenes. It's just like a few more jokes were kind of better.
The
Just
actions
like, all right,
were a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to move on?
Yeah, and okay. So Margot, you'll probably have a lot to talk about for this.
I got this.
The Predator teaser trailer.
Okay, so I want to put out there that I'm a huge fan of Predator. Okay, I love the first one, even the second one. I even like the AVP movie, you know, to a degree.
Dude, kind of same on that also. Unironically, maybe, I don't know.
Even to a point where I just sort of divulged into some of the comics and such. But this movie, it does not hype me at all. Like, okay, I don't think it's gonna suck. Okay, I just think that it's going to be there.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot in the trailer that really excites me per se. I think it might have been a long time since I've actually, been in the Predator mood. Not in that sense. Not in that sense. The mood. Okay.
The film franchise called Predator mood.
Yeah, that and that. Let's
Anyways.
look. It's just. All right.
The alien.
So Marco, you have your own comment now.
Yeah. Just put a tally mark on how many times I've fucked up. Okay, so.
Well, no, I just like
that
quote right next to your brother than everyone.
Shut up!
Like,
Okay, so.
what interesting brothers.
Shut up!
So something I really.
Penis Brothers.
Something I really don't like about the trailer is that little thing about the hybridization.
Oh yeah.
Now,
God, yeah.
That is a really odd thing for the Predators to want to do. Because that's more of an alien type of thing, combining them with them humans.
Yeah, they did that in Alien. Oh God, what was it? The fourth Alien film.
Yeah, they did that. Now, unless the Predators want to inherit the trait of bitching about pretty much everything, I don't know what they want.
And complaining online.
Yeah.
Can I also?
That's the same thing.
Can I also just say like I heard that it was the younger actor Jacob Tremblay, like he was gonna be in it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe it'll be like a character, like kind of like with Aliens, with like the younger characters like trapped with the whole the Predator situation going on. I didn't realize he was just like some kid who's like, hey, my dad gave me this Predator armor, and now I'm gonna play with it.
Is there a different name for the Predators?
The Yautja.
Can we just go with that? Because like
Yautja?
Yeah.
the Yautja.
That's their official name, alright?
Well,
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's
honestly, in my opinion,
when
that's
you stub
better
your
than
toe.
just like. So the Yautja.
So,
the Yautja.
aw,
Yeah.
kid, did you get an oucha?
Yeah, I
Aw,
did.
can you make
I
that
did.
better?
Make it feel better.
Get you a Band-Aid for your oucha.
So, I want it to be good, but I know it's going to fuck up in a lot of places.
It kind of, yeah, something about it does seem like.
It just, I'm not saying the first one is perfect. It was clearly an action type of film, but when you divulge into a lot of the Predator lores and different comics and stories, it makes you think, why don't they just make an adaptation of one of these? I mean, they're pretty good.
I'm also sort of disappointed. They have like a really cool director behind it, but it just seems like the material itself is sort of not up to snuff with what they could do. Because like they got Shane Black, who did like The Nice Guys and Iron Man.
That's right.
Oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to say that because I know you'll get mad at me for it.
Oh no.
Fuck, what else did he make?
He made an Iron Man film.
He was actually in the first Predator, Shane Black. He was one of the actors.
Oh, okay.
But like he's made some really good stuff. But yeah, like it feels off. I can definitely say that too.
Yeah, definitely.
You ready for Daredevil?
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
I have nothing to
Let's
say
do
about
it.
this.
You and
I
me,
don't
buddy.
know.
You and me.
All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
We're just taking tag team.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, tag team. All
So,
right. So.
Kind of the intro piece to this is where Defenders left off, made it look like they were doing a very famous story arc from Daredevil
Oh.
called, what was it called? I'm blanking on the name, but it's basically the comic that has to deal with the trial of the Kingpin, which seems like the story arc
Ooh.
they're doing for this season. And in that story arc, it's kind of one of the bigger Daredevil arcs, and it's where the Kingpin finds out that Matt Murdock is Daredevil.
Exactly.
And basically goes at him on two fronts.
Which is
just
basically taking
trying to-
everything from him.
Yeah, taking everything from
Like
him.
his business, his
Mhm.
like job, like
Just
trying to
both
live,
psychological warfare and physical warfare.
and basically trying to do everything to take him down, like fully get
Mhm.
rid of him.
So I heard that and I'm like, oh cool, so I guess that's just going to be the thing with this season.
Yeah.
Then someone behind the scenes basically fucked up.
Oh.
And it was someone in the wardrobe department put out the Crew's Daredevil Season 3 t-shirts, and it says Daredevil Season 3 has a logo, but behind the D is Bullseye's target. So unintentionally it was announced basically that Bullseye is going to be in Daredevil Season 3.
I remember I think in the comics, I know they can't do this, but just I know in the original comics, Captain America comes try to help just a bit, and then soon it'll be introduced to Bullseye, but just now that they did that, well, it's out there now.
Yeah.
You can't do anything.
And also, just I'm, especially with how they did the Punisher, really curious to see how they do Bullseye.
Oh,
in the,
definitely. I hope they don't do
MCU basically.
I hope they
'Cause-
just don't do the other Daredevil, other Bullseye.
Yeah, well,
I'm the Bullseye, and he just has
with-
a Bullseye
with the
scar.
tone that Daredevil
Yeah.
has, I'm expecting it to be real dark and real cool.
I
like
want that. 'Cause I
Um,
fucking love the Daredevil thing, what they're doing right now. It's just amazing,
'Cause
just
then-
how
yeah.
dark it is.
Well, and what they can do now is that can be worked into the storyline they have going for Season 3. And that Kingpin hires Bullseye to take out the Daredevil while he, through the trial of the Kingpin, tries to destroy the reputation of Matt Murdock.
That'd be great.
So,
It's gonna
or
be
it could
great.
even be vice versa. He hires Bullseye to kill Matt Murdock, not knowing that it's Bullseye,
Oh,
not
that's-
knowing that it's Daredevil, and that's how we find out. That
That's
it's Daredevil
great. That'd be even
Murdock.
better.
Either way.
Yeah. That'd be 10 times better, honestly. Just if it's in that reverse.
Mhm.
Just I need you to go after this guy, but he's blind. I don't care, just get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, I couldn't take him down, but his skills are pretty interesting.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. What are you trying to say? Well, look at these two.
Yeah,
I have,
so
I have it on Photoshop. See? They look the same. Same shaved beard, same chin, same lips. I think it's him.
But I think Bullseye is the perfect addition because that kind of seals it off for me. Of so now I get what Season 3 is gonna be.
Yeah. I also seen for just behind the scenes is he's also wearing the suit
Mhm.
from first season, so
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, man, we're gonna go with this. I'm curious.
Yeah, and my
So, yeah.
biggest flaw with
your flaw?
Season 2 was the fact that it felt like they had too much going on with the Hand storyline, Elektra, Punisher.
Hmm.
It felt like just too much and they couldn't focus on one thing, whereas Season 1 for Daredevil was very kind of focused and streamlined. So my only fear is that they work Bullseye in organically and don't just say, Trials Kingpin, oh, and Bullseye's here just for some reason. And then it's bouncing back between Trial of Kingpin, Bullseye, Trial of Kingpin, Bullseye.
Bullseye.
I hope that they can organically blend the two.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to do.
Mhm.
All right, so
So anything else to add to that?
honestly not.
So
just
have you two not seen Daredevil?
Okay,
not-
shoot.
No.
To be honest, I want to watch it, but I have a short attention span, so I just get very bored.
Mm-hmm. Well, I showed you 2 of the fights.
You seen
from
Punisher,
Daredevil.
man?
I've seen
The
Punisher is
fights
a
are
different
pretty
story.
cool. Still haven't really watched a full season yet.
Oh,
Like the first season for me, like the first episode at least seems kind of I
Punisher.
don't know.
What about Punisher?
Also, I've just got like too much time with other things. I have not seen Punisher.
There's just one episode how they like really went through of just like him like beating the shit out of like him and or just like where he like takes down that one guy and gives him a dead eye. I fucking love that's my favorite episode.
Punisher was a great.
For some reason,
That's my favorite episode.
for some reason, Punisher is a different story because I'm all in on that show.
But Daredevil season 2 was Punisher's origin, basically.
Yeah, but
and it's
Dude, you just
almost.
you're gonna watch it, okay?
okay, fine, God.
Yeah.
Daredevil season 1 literally has a scene where Kingpin bashes a guy's head like off with a door of a car.
But did his family die though?
Well, his brother did soon after.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. All right, Cobra Kai.
More like Cobra
All right,
Kai.
Okay.
you and me again.
I'm up back
Yeah,
up.
so I'm waiting to binge watch the whole series, but I've seen the trailer and I think I've started episode 1.
I've seen 2 episodes.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
actually get a
I love
YouTube
it so
Red free
much.
trial for Cobra.
Yeah, I just gotta like. It's just again time.
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it yet, because
Yeah.
I want to binge watch. So
Yeah.
I need that month where I can get my free trial, and it doesn't look like that is this month.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that's just me right now, just like time.
So, and you recently just saw the first Karate Kid,
I did.
where that was like my childhood.
Yeah. You said I remember the moment I said I didn't watch the Karate Kid. You kind of looked at me like I just murdered your whole family, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch Karate Kid.
I'm doing murder
And-
like you murdered my dog. What the fuck?
What? Oh, okay. But anyways, I did watch it recently, and my reactions are it's the cheesiest fucking thing, but it's also kind of great actually. I kind of like.
Exactly.
I know, right?
And
yeah,
now, if you watch the trailer for Cobra Kai after seeing that, like,
it makes a lot of sense.
I really love the premise first off,
I love it.
and I'm really excited. One thing that I've heard about it is that, what's his name? Blonde guy.
Blonde boy.
I don't know.
Starts with a J, right?
Jesse? No, it's not. I think it's not Jesse.
The main Cobra Kai guy.
Let's just call
What's
him
his
Jay.
You've seen the first 2 episodes.
It's been a while.
Okay.
It's
So anyway, apparently, because in the first Karate Kid movie, like, that was back in like the 80s, right?
Oh, yeah.
84, yeah.
84, yeah. Like, that was the time of movies where it's like, oh, Back to the Future. The main bully basically almost raped the main
His
character's
mom.
mother. Oh well. And like, oh, even Karate Kid. Hey, that guy's kind of rapey. Oh well. Like, it's
and also possibly gonna try to murder you.
yeah, and very like that. You're gonna kill someone just by doing those things. Like,
Don't do
that was
those.
the age of like, it's fine.
It was the Reagan era. It was a different time.
From what I've heard,
Whoa.
Just saying.
from what I've heard though, his character, they've still kept that kind of his personality.
I dig that.
And he's like very
Drunk.
well, in terms of like, so one of the scenes I've heard described was kind of the scene where like, oh, my cat's getting out of here, where he calls, he has the kids lined up and he calls one of them or the group of them pussies, and they're like, you can't say that. And he's like, okay, what do you want me to say, cunt fucker? Like, there's some like super like, okay, that's like,
Yeah,
ooh.
that's what I like really noticed of that. Like, I love how they kept it just like in the movie. Like, he's still like he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like he's still like him
Doesn't
from the
give a fuck.
80s.
That's the perfect way
Yeah.
to say it. Yeah.
That,
And
well, yeah, it's just
I'm
like
paraphrasing with that line. I
Yeah.
forgot what the exact quote was.
yeah.
But it's like, ooh, wow.
Hey, Nick, what
That could not go on TV.
Because like 2018, it's just like, oh wait, you can't say that.
yeah,
Please
and
don't.
like,
And just like him, like like it's like smoking an area. You can't smoke your sir. Oh, you're saying like you were
yeah.
saying yeah.
So he's
So
kind of
that's
like a bit of an uncaring
best
asshole sort of
description.
character.
exactly, which
So-
I
so is he-
super dig.
So this is like the fountainhead for karate.
Well, I
Sorry.
Cobra.
also like that. At least how they set it up from the trailer is that even Danny, like, neither character is that super white knight. They both kind of have their problems. Neither character is perfect. They each have their flaws. and it's just kind of them the conflict is them not seeing each other's point of view.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I like. I like that it's not good versus bad. It's gray area versus gray area.
Yeah. Like, slighter, darker, or slightly light. It's just like, they're both in the gray, and like, when you see like two episodes, you see both their perspectives. Like, the original Karate Kid and like his dilemma sort of thing with his family. Like, his daughter is like, he doesn't know that much. He thinks he knows a lot about his daughter, but not really. And his son is basically, I'm not gonna lie, any kid that's in 2018, you know, on your tablet, not giving a crap, probably don't care about video games, you know, just kind of annoying. Just like, go outside. Hey, look at that. A rock. Come on, just chuck it. Do something. Come on. Just
Chuck
like.
it at me.
Yep.
And on that note, Luke, you want to take it from here?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Let's talk about Upgrade, the new Blumhouse film.
All right.
Which was kind of funny because it's not like Blumhouse is the whole like horror film company, like, you know, for stuff like freaking Purge and Insidious, right?
And Saw.
Saw? I don't think they do Saw.
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like they. I don't.
They definitely. I can like look it up after. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna talk about the film while I do this. All right, so, so Upgrade is more of a like science fiction action film kind of thing. It's sort of like it's not like super like distant future. It's more like I'd say like 20 years from now or something like that.
No,
There's
right.
like drones everywhere. There's like mechanical upgrading for people, and an incident where this one character, this kind of like buff scruff guy, his wife is killed in a kind of like a robbery incident, and he gets like brutally beaten to the point of being a paraplegic. But someone he knows who's like a mechanic creates like this robotic parasite that he puts into him that allows him to walk again. But it's sort of kind of like two things controlling one body, because like the robot speaks to him in his mind and says, you know, like, oh, would you like me to control your body as permission to do, you know, like X, Y, and Z? And as a situation, one of them is like, he's trying to find like one of the people that killed his wife, and he's about to get like pummeled by him, and the machine's like, would you like me to control your body for you to kill him? And he's like, yes, please. But then he just doesn't realize like it's a robot, so it just decimates him like horribly.
Oh.
And the conflict is him trying to control the body while also trying to find the people responsible for the murder. And on top of that, keeping the fact that he has this robotic parasite in him, like, away from people, because the person he got it from said, alright, look, this hasn't really been, like, thoroughly tested through, like, companies or whatever, so, like, don't let anybody know about this, otherwise I'm getting sued. And so, yeah, it's kind of a constant, like, he has to kind of fake being paraplegic in, like, a couple of scenes that are actually pretty funny in the way that he does it.
Does he like fall over or something?
No,
like, oh, I've fallen, help me.
No, he just like he just is in the chair and people are like, hi, you think you're so threatening, you're in a wheelchair. But like when he has them in like a room where he's all by himself, he kind of is like, all right, STEM, kill them, and he's like, okay, and the machine does it for him.
That's great.
And it's actually like really, really good. It's not like I was sort of like, this kind of looks like dumb and cheesy or whatever, but it was kind of good. Dumb and cheesy.
It's like a movie I do want to see. Just like
yeah.
Well, the trailer was awesome.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was.
What about the little preview of just like him, like, oh, I'm sorry, don't get up, please don't get up.
Yeah,
That's like
that was really funny.
That's like great.
My favorite line from the trailer was, "I bet you didn't know I was a ninja."
Yeah. Also the film, the robot response to him in his head is like, actually, technically, we are not a ninja. And it's just like, he just keeps correcting him, like, every time he tries to make a joke, and he's just like,
check that movie
shut
out.
the fuck up, please.
Alright, what's next?
But, oh wait, I want to say, one last thing, what was I going to say? Apparently the movie had, like, a really small budget, like, I think $5 million.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's super impressive looking, too. Like, it's got some nice
So it really does
VFX.
hide the budget, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got some nice VFX and production design.
Cool.
But it's pretty
I do
dope.
like the designs on the car. Alright,
Also, it was not Blumhouse, it was Twisted Pictures and Lionsgate.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright, let's go, Luke.
Alright, and the other thing I want to talk about is a trailer for a film I don't think really anybody might know about called Suspiria, which is a horror film that will be released in November that looks creepy as fuck. Like, some people have seen some kind of like early clips at like CinemaCon, which is sort of like Comic-Con, but movies.
Ah.
Just movies.
Just like MovieCon.
And people described it as one of the freakiest things they've seen put on a movie screen, and just from like one specific clip, and that kind of was super cool. It's also a remake of a film that was like made in I think it was like 1979. It was sort of like Italian horror film, and it was kind of not great because like for one thing the sound design was awful. Like my ears were bleeding. It has like very vibrant color work in the original one, which was cool, but at times it didn't really make me feel like I didn't get scared by anything. But like the way this film looks and like the presentation just looks like my kind of horror shit. That's super like just unnerving, kind of like maybe even body horror stuff. And that's also what I really like. So I'm excited for it. It's gonna be in November. It's like an Amazon Studios film, but it looks dope as fuck.
All right, let's get right into games. All right.
Oh boy.
I don't know this much about this game, but you guys, go right ahead.
Tag team. All right. Go. Detroit Become Human. Oh boy, Nick, you want Luke? You want to start off?
Detroit Become Human is another gaming masterpiece created by the one and only auteur David Cage, creator of such masterpieces as Indigo Prophecy and Heavy Rain. Oh, also Beyond Two Souls.
Oh boy, we're in for a good one.
The best way I can describe his games are they're just movies, but they're also games. And not even good movies.
Not even that decent games.
Sometimes. Like, I feel like Heavy Rain was kind of fun from a gameplay standpoint of, like, oh, you can kind of control, like, the character's movements from, like, the way you use your, like, analog sticks. But, like, Beyond Two Souls was the equivalent of, like, a really terrible M. Night Shyamalan film.
It was... Alright, so... Beyond... not Beyond Two Souls, but... Detroit Become Human is a very track-set kind of game. There's no real actual gameplay. I mean, there is gameplay, but, you know, it's not very...
It's not, like,
excessive.
very open. It's kind of just, like, a very linear kind of, like,
it's like
you do
here's
that.
point A, here's point B, try to find your way there, but, you know,
here's
some sidebars for you to hold on to.
Yeah. Should we talk about the plot? Or...
Oh, boy, so it's essentially an android retelling of a civil rights movement.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's very, like, decision-based, which, you know, I personally like in games, but in some cases it can be extremely mishandled. Like Tall Tale can really drop the ball, even though they're really well known for that.
Yeah.
This game's no exception. It does really drop the ball at a lot of times.
Oh, God. There's kind of, like, some points where it's, like, your decision doesn't really even, like, affect anything all that much. Like, there are a lot of times when it does, but most of the times it's just, like, oh, I said no thanks to, like, a question, and it's like, okay, well, I'm still gonna do it.
Oh no, I surrendered, but they still think I'm shit. Oh boy.
And then they shot me. Ooh.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah, like, and also, like, the only time, like, I feel like there's any real, like, instinctive gameplay is, like, during that whole police section in the game where you're playing as kind of the police bot android.
Oh yeah.
Or a detective, I guess. I don't know.
I know Marcus Connor, not the third android.
Yeah, the third android was.
Alright, her story was
so like.
It was the least interesting of the bunch.
Like the issues behind that. Like, I know it's trying to be like super serious, but it was like a fucking Saturday morning cartoon, like PSA thing where it's like, remember, domestic abuse is bad.
Really? Are you sure?
Wow.
Man, I should reconsider beating the shit out of my neighbor.
This game has like the equivalent of crack that's called like redstones.
Okay, there's one little part in the game that I don't like. You're playing as the lady android. You're cleaning up the guy's laundry.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Don't clean my clothes, but use that detergent. Don't touch that detergent, but you know, you better use it.
Yeah.
I'll hit my daughter.
It's really good for my clothes. It's like, it's the nicest one on the market right now. Just please use it.
But I swear to God, if you touch that detergent, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, like that character. That character is just like
it's confusing.
That'd be weird. But, like, that character is just like the cliche. Like, I am just a complete piece of shit with no redeeming qualities whatsoever, and it's just like, I just only really watched the playthrough of this because honestly, you don't play it. It's more just watch.
Yeah, it really is.
And yeah, I'm just like, okay, so
Game.
it's a game, yeah, but like the story is awful. But like, I also feel like the metaphors for like, oh, like, I feel like the metaphors for
Be professional.
yeah,
Audio friendly. Go on.
audio jungle. But like the metaphors for the whole kind of like, you know, like connections with like issues of race and kind of like, you know, like immigration and all that stuff. It would be cool if it wasn't for the fact that it was so heavy-handed. Like,
It was.
androids are taking our job.
How dare they?
Anti-android movements.
And really.
Androids sit at the back of the bus.
Oh my god, that was.
Actually,
It felt so hammered in. It was just.
that was
Mm.
it was funny enough in concept, but the fact that they were just like standing in the back of the bus like had me like laughing out loud.
That's awkward. Just standing.
Not even sitting, just stand there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can imagine that. Just like they're on like the chairs there, just like standing.
Now,
Yeah.
something I really, really didn't get about the whole game, I guess it would really defeat the purpose of the game existing. Why would you make an android that can progressively learn to hate and potentially murder you?
Yeah, like basically overcome its creator from an emotional and programming standpoint.
I'd like to think that I'd treat an android fair, but then again,
Yeah, I mean like
it's like if my phone were to take a long time to buffer, I'd be like, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, so what do you think each of our phones would think if tomorrow we woke up and it was animate and could talk?
it would be like
It'd
Why
say
did you-
quite a few things to
it would
me.
probably it would probably like ask for like therapy. It's like it would be like, Nick, please call for therapy for me, please. I
You
need
used me.
this. What did I ever do?
I
to
feel
deserve
like
this
my
from
phone would be like, "Hey, quit fucking hitting me if I buffer. Knock it off.
You? Yeah, like I have
Just call me
feelings.
out.
Quit throwing a
Just like-
spasm, okay?
Yeah, but
I'm a phone.
like
Could
thing
you
is,
give
though, like,
me a minute?
you know what's kind of the, like the game is supposed to be kind of showing like like the like android, like trying to show the progression of androids and like that, but most of the game, from like at least from what I've seen so far, is just you doing chores.
It really is.
I
And
mean, like excluding one section which is just Blade Runner 2049, but like the other two sections with Marcus and I think it was like
Connor?
no Connor's the Blade Runner 2049 ripoff.
Oh, I think the lady android's name
Lady
was
android.
Kara.
Yeah, Kara. Kara.
Yeah, Kara.
Yeah.
Kara.
Kara and Marcus.
Car! We gotta get to the car!
Coral. But Kara and Marcus are from what I've seen so far, it's just like doing chores as your gameplay, and just like I thought the point of this game was to show like the uprising of like androids is just them doing chores for like 3 hours.
See,
You ready?
Crazy thing would be if while you're playing and doing the chores, there is a robot somewhere in the world who you're basically controlling and it's doing the chores.
Oh,
That'd be
that's
kind of weird.
all right.
That
So,
would be the
Yeah,
social
we're not
commentary
done.
for what
what's?
the game's
Oh,
trying to
you're
do.
not?
Ooh,
Okay.
no.
Like, we can move on to the
Fair enough.
Bethesda thing.
Now, there are good things about the game. For one, the graphics.
Yeah, like the
Are
graphics are like
some of the best I've seen.
amazing. Like brilliant, beautiful stuff. But
Like,
like
there were a few scenes I thought, okay, that's real. No, that's the game.
yeah, like that's
God.
it's like the way it does like the lighting and just like the face textures is just like really great. And I also kind of like that they had like real actors play a lot of the characters. One, funny enough, was Clancy Brown, who was in films like The Shawshank Redemption, and the only thing I know him really for is the voice of Mr. Krabs.
Well, even the guy who plays Bishop from Aliens was
Yeah,
in that
Bishop
game.
from Alien was in it.
You know the
But he
guy
did play
from
an
Thor
android.
Ragnarok, like the devil guy, was the guy who plays Mr. Krabs, right?
Oh, Clancy Brown.
Yeah, that was him.
Clancy, he also
Yeah.
is known for playing Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, he was Lex Luthor too. I forgot about that. He was in the animated
yeah,
series.
Just a little bit of info.
So why they got Jesse Eisenberg?
I don't know.
Hey.
Alright.
By the way, can I just want to remind something to everyone that was really weird? Like, since we were bringing up actors in David Cage films, for one, David Bowie did the music for one of David Cage's games for like 20 years ago, and it was awful, and which was weird because it's David Bowie's music.
Oh.
And secondly, Willem Dafoe was in Beyond Two Souls.
Yep.
Oh god.
Was
Which
he
is
there?
a major
Forgot
part
about
of
that.
Beyond
Yeah.
Controls.
Which is like, wait,
Nope.
what?
Like, it's not even just a cameo thing. Like, he was the...
He was the main character.
Yeah, and I was just like, what are you doing here? You have credit and integrity.
You
What are
need to
doing
go
here?
assault the spider.
Spider-Man. Oh, also Ellen Page was in that game as like the main character, which is also weird.
Was-
Especially considering what David Cage has with relations to Ellen Page, which is just kind of creepy. Which I won't talk about here. 'Cause it's just
All right,
awkward.
let's move on.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
Bethesda, E3, and E3. All right, Marco.
Okay,
Let's
so
talk about this.
I'm both excited and a bit cautious for Bethesda's E3 this year. One, because, okay, I'm excited because they are announcing a ton of new games, one of which being Fallout 76. Now, for that game, also, I'm excited and cautious about because it's taken an online approach, even
yeah,
though
I've heard that.
Fallout is,
Wait, what?
like...
Yeah.
Yeah, taking an online approach, like one of their Elder Scrolls titles. Even though Fallout's been like this lone survivor type of thing for the longest time.
And also,
No.
Elder Scrolls Online was like a complete failure.
Yeah, it was.
Though I will say, it's nice that they're still taking risks and trying new things, and who knows, maybe it's going to be amazing.
Now, it's not exactly going to be an MMO, you know, like 100 people, you know, fucking
That would
attacking.
be crazy.
It's gonna be
This
like-
is a pretty crowded apocalypse.
I think it's going to take more of a Borderlands sort of a type. But another thing about Bethesda's E3 conference, I'm worried about because last year, it was real shit. It really was.
Kinda was.
Yeah.
Because they really dropped the ball on the whole Creation Club thing, and they're
Oh, yeah,
really
that.
they were teasing a specific game that I'll get into a little bit later. But it really was something not a lot of people were hoping for. You know, we got games like Wolfenstein 2 and Evil Within 2. Those games were, you know, good in their own rights. You know, I really did enjoy them, but I can see how it would definitely disappoint a lot of the like really hardcore Bethesda fans.
Yeah. That was
Now,
weak.
but what really is exciting me for this E3 conference is that allegedly Bethesda is going to be announcing their new RPG Starfield. It's essentially Fallout in space.
In Skyrim. That's.
Apparently, they're all going to be in
Skyrim
this.
in space.
Yeah.
So it's space room?
Yeah,
Yeah, Space World.
there's
That sounds actually really cool.
Yeah. they're essentially going to be. Obviously, it's not confirmed, but Bethesda's always joking around like, yeah, Skyrim, Fallout connected. We're gonna add Starfield to that, and it's gonna be great.
I have a question. So it's gonna be basically No Man's Sky, but with people.
Yes.
Cool. And possibly much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically the same stuff.
If
like-
that game is gonna be announced, I just want to say, fucking get rid of your old ass engine. That thing, you can
It
only
is
do
time
so
for-
much.
It's very
Yeah.
glitchy and needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
If
taking
you
too
want
much.
people to experience a good new franchise, you gotta change it up for this one.
Yeah, well, and that also shows how important this is. This is establishing a new IP. You want to stick the landing because if you trip and fall here, we've already seen with Titanfall, it's very hard to make a recovery from that.
That's true. You know, a lot of people are probably gonna say other games are gonna be announced at Bethesda, like a new Elder Scrolls, but a lot of that is still a bit vague. You know, it's all just a bunch of guesswork. Because Bethesda is really good at bringing up questions like, "Hey, what if this is gonna be announced? Maybe you'll get a new Skyrim. Ooh, new Prey DLC. Remember that game? Or maybe we might give you a DLC.
Wolfenstein. You want that? You want
You
another
want
one?
to shoot a Nazi? Hey, Nazi."
Especially in this
KKK. You
age.
can. Yeah.
That's all I have to say about the E3. I want it to be good, but it could always turn out to be like last year.
What do you guys feel about E3 in general?
Oh, that's gonna be real busy for us. We're gonna have a lot to cover there.
All right, so
I could do all the Nintendo trailer reactions
Yeah.
as like
So-
a separation of some of the work, so you don't
I
have to do
wonder-
all of them.
I want to react to Bethesda.
Ubisoft.
We could be like each one of us does a specific category where we just react to the whole like conference.
I mean, that would save time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So, Ubisoft.
I hope I don't get
It's
work.
Ubisoft, but this time for Ubisoft, like Assassin's Creed, like I seen like very little footage of kind of like a gladiator thing, and it's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. What's my thoughts on it? Well, it's Ubisoft. You know, they're probably gonna like, I don't know. It's just like Ubisoft is just Ubisoft, and
Yes. Soft as a Ubi.
yes, but just like the direction they're going with it for the game, pretty interesting. Since like the last one was Egyptian, now they're doing like Greek, like you know, with all type of like gladiator stuff, which I'm really excited for. But I
Could
really,
be really cool.
Yeah, but
especially with the combat system.
oh yeah, definitely,
everything they
they're
build off
probably
of
gonna do the
Origin.
same thing. But I thought they were gonna do South Asia on this one.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I thought too, but like they're doing Greek. That's cool. Like I'm fine with that too because when you look back at Origins, it kind of gives you a big hint with the gladiator fights too, and a few of like the armor is like, oh, you're going that way. Okay, I thought you were going the other way.
I think it's a little weird that they're going for a Greek thing because I thought we already got a taste of that from Origins, with a
Roman
Roman
more.
gladiatorial arena, but if they want to turn that into a whole game, who am I to stop
I
them?
mean, to be fair, they kind of did that same thing with the ships in Assassin's Creed 3, then that
that's-
becoming its own game.
Mhm.
That's true.
4.
Yeah, and like there's even a little city like I can't remember which one, but just like it gave you a very like good taste of just what this like game will be. Like it gives you a really good idea, which is really cool. But at the same time, I'm sorry, I'm also curious on another few things because like there's things going around that like you get to decide whether the character is male or female in this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's a new direction they're going. Like,
Oh,
okay,
shit.
it's not just like they're twins. It's more like you get to pick. Like
Oh,
you get
so-
to legit decide
so they're-
whether or not it's a boy or a girl.
So they're really diving into the whole RPG thing, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Which I think is cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of glad they're going that direction.
Yeah.
I have my only comment on this game is I think there's a better title for this game, 2001: An Assassin's Odyssey. There we go. That's all.
I swear, I'm still getting used to the name. I'm just thinking Mario Odyssey.
I know, that's where my brain went to as well. I was like, wait, what? Huh?
I know, right? It's
Ezio
like-
throws his hood at the bad men and makes him jump off a cliff.
I mean, I really like the idea. It's just going for like the story Odyssey and all that, just like Journey and all that. Like it fits so well.
Odyssey, I get.
Yeah, but I'm just like curious to see like. I want to get it, but at the same time, I just need to see like. I'm afraid of just like. The best way to describe it is just like they're kind of just gonna use the same engine. Like I'm fine with that, but at the same time, like I want the story to be good because like
Yeah.
for 2 years they worked on Origins and that was good, but now I'm afraid just like please don't half-ass this one.
The rush, you feel like they're just gonna rush it again.
Yeah,
like,
It's
I'm
like
hoping
we
they've
talked about
learned their
this.
lesson because of Origin.
Yeah,
I don't want there to be another Syndicate.
Yeah.
I had good things about it. It was just, I can already like see where like the play, like from the other games I can already see like oh we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. Oh, we're gonna go there. We're not gonna move. We're just gonna go there.
Mhm.
For Origin, it's just like wait, what just happened? I'm confused.
Where'd I go?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one more thing I was going to add into the list, but I forgot about it. So we'll just probably call it there, unless there's anything you guys want to discuss right now.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah, apparently Canada's Walmart released a whole list of different games that haven't even been announced or released yet. Some of them are just pretty basic, like Rage 2, Last of Us 2, all of that. But some of them probably spoiled a lot for different games, like for instance, Assassin's Creed. It actually did spoil that was coming out. Yeah.
So nobody knew that was coming out until now because of that.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Or like Gears of War 5 or
Oh, wow.
Wait, really?
That's like
I
a
remember
huge
that.
drop.
or Borderlands 3
What? I had no idea on this one. Ah.
or Metroid Prime for the Switch
Oh, that's.
or
Well,
whoever
What?
for
Metroid.
the Switch. Metroid Prime.
I need to switch now. I mean, I have it on GameCube now, but like, I could fucking play Metroid Prime wherever I want to.
Yeah.
You don't have to like bring an old TV, a giant like GameCube
I have like a
everywhere.
TV strapped to my back. It's like, hey guys, you want to play Metroid Prime?
Even Super Smash Brothers, which really did force Nintendo to release
Oh,
a trailer
dude,
for
like that came out like the trailer dropped out a long time ago.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind then.
Yeah, like Splatoon was announced, and just like the little Splatoon character saw the burning Smash Bros.
That was
cross.
That was some weird
It's
shit.
kinda weird.
I saw Jesus Christ cross being burned. I don't know.
But whoever, all right, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
But whoever was working on Canadian Walmart's website, they were out of the job.
Yeah.
It's like that's only quite a few that are on there. There's like a whole list of
Gee,
games to
I
be
see.
released.
I want to see if there's anything cool.
NBA, 2K19.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, alright, that's already out. I was gonna say Just Cause 4. I was like, I think that's already out. Wait, no, actually, there's Just Cause 2 and 3. So there's
Yep.
Dude.
There you go.
I love Just Cause. It's fun.
Just cause.
Why do you love it? Just cause?
Yeah, just cause it's dumb as fucking fun. Oh yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's kind of. I wonder how that's gonna go. That seems very much different from the first one. Lego DC Villains.
Like, a lot of game studios are really just giving Walmart hell for that. Like, yeah, you guys did the greatest thing for us.
Thanks, fucking assholes.
We wanted to be surprised, but nah, you guys took it into your own hands. Thank you, Walmart.
GTA 5 and Criminal Enterprise starter.
Man,
Okay.
when are they gonna make a sixth one?
I know, right? Well,
It's
probably
taking forever.
since Red Dead's coming out here soon, they're
that's
probably that's where their focus is, and then DLCs for Red Dead, and then we'll get GTA 6.
Yeah.
But I mean, think of how long they held out DLCs for 5.
Oh my god.
Now imagine they're
so
going to do the
many.
same thing for Red Dead, and then we'll get a 6. That's the
Dude,
way
they've been
that
doing
is.
that for so long. Just like all the weird ones, just like floating cars, like retro 80, 90 shit. Just like, I get it, but just like, come on.
So I'm
I'm not gonna
expecting
spend
we'll
money.
get at least semi-similar cycle for Red Dead
Yeah.
before they ever do anything more for GTA.
They just
6.
gotta do the same like thing for like Red Dead. Alright,
All right, is that anything else, or are we
think
gonna
that's-
end it off?
I think that's about it. Alright.
Let's
cool.
head right into the news.
We did.
Yeah,
We
well,
did.
thank you guys for watching this episode of the J4U podcast. I know we are back. Yeah, it's been busy, and it's only going to continue to get
It's always
more busy.
busy.
So,
Busier.
yep, we'll get right into stuff. Probably E3 will kick off our summer content stuff
Yeah.
of craziness. And we'll have E3, San Diego Comic-Con stuff, charity live stream stuff. Just a lot of big
Yay.
stuff coming. So,
Yeah.
anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Stay classy.
Yeah.
Later.
Goodbye.
Hopefully I can
Oh,
find
yeah.
the right.
Don't
place
die
to
in the
switch over.
sun.
Yeah,
There we go.
don't die in the Arizona heat.